Hang on, gang. I'm just double checking to make sure the stream is live, and then I will actually start participating. And we're good to go. Rock and roll, guys. Cool. All right. All right. Rock and roll, gang. How's it going? Hey, it's fun. We got a nice little conversation already going here in chat. Welcome everybody. It's just me, Web Nerd Eric, making my glorious return after God, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to get in this web chat. Sorry about that, gang. I gotta give big props to Alec last week for taking their reins, flying solo. It was said I got hit with hard with day job stuff, and my God, this thing kicked my butt left and right, and so I haven't had any time to do squat for a little while. Hang on here, my computer is. You'll probably hear the audio. Sorry, there's still working on the brand new build. For those of you who haven't been with us here for a while, I think everybody in the chat is mostly familiar with what we've got going on here. But for those that aren't, I think we've got a couple of new people here tonight. We're kind of in the middle of our still early access programming, but anybody who's kind of seen us over the last few broadcasts has definitely noticed there's a big dramatic improvement over the last few weeks, and even if it's been a little while since you've seen our broadcast, we've got ourselves a working crowd. We got ourselves a lot of working things here tonight. So I'm going to be relying a lot on you guys for questions and stuff here tonight. I said I know Cola's making an appearance sometime tonight. He warned me that he was going to be a little late, so you guys are stuck with me for at least a little bit here. But so I'm gonna, as I'm playing the game, I'm gonna try to peek over at chat every once in a while. Yeah, Darkstar. We got. I think Darkstar's been welcome. I think Darkstar's been a lurker for the project for a little while, and if you haven't seen the game in a little while, it's completely different from where it's been, even in the last 6 months. So we've done a lot. Even like I said, I think some of our cats have been with us for 12 years now, and it's astonishing to me to see how far we've come in such a short amount of time. And if you haven't actually played the game yet, this is going to be my first cheap plug of the night. Definitely Steam $9.99. And let us know what you think of it. It's starting to really come together, guys. We've been trying to keep momentum going. I think Robert, who is our awesome programmer, created a recent update here where you're able to get in and start modifying ring textures, aprons, signs, all that kind of fun stuff. And I'm actually playing this version for the very first time here tonight. I haven't played this new version in a little while, so we can kind of discover some of this stuff together. I think we can go over some of the features. I think Alex did a lot of it last broadcast. And again, for those who missed it, that's kind of our mistake. I could not herd the cats when I was trying to get them everybody together, so I didn't think there was going to be an actual broadcast. But Cola the Man had some free time that night, and he is he took the reins for almost 2 hours last week. So, stand by. I've got getting pinged by. Hey, I'm gonna see if I can talk Robert into joining us tonight. Stand by. I'm gonna see. This might be an exclusive, gang. I haven't been able to get Robert in Skype very often. I think he made an early appearance maybe a couple of weeks in, but I'm gonna see if I can talk him into hopping online here tonight. And so I know. Sorry, this is very fascinating. Listening to me type. I'm going to see if I said, because for those who aren't familiar, Robert is kind of our. There's no other way to put it. He's the man. He's the guy who is pretty much single-handedly. Well, he is the single-handed programmer for all this stuff. And he's been doing an amazing job, and the brother never comes in and takes a bow. So I'm gonna try to talk him into joining me here tonight. We'll see. Well, thanks for the good review there, Joe. Yeah, I gotta tell you, like I said, I play these things. Once a week when I get these new builds, and I play them all during our Twitch broadcasts when I'm actually in there, and I don't get tired of playing this thing. I think I have a really, really fun time playing this game. We're obviously working on depth. That's going to be a thing, but it's starting to come along nicely. Like I said, what I'm looking for is, and I think that the next plan is to hit top rope moves. Next. Oh, and look, I think Mr. Cola is going to be online. Sorry, guys. It's not very... Oh, I can't share you the message that Robert just sent me. He sent me a pretty funny text. Sorry, guys. I know this is terribly fascinating. I'm trying to coordinate like 3 different Skype conversations. Joe. It is the Tuesday Night Gong Show. You are not kidding when you say that. It cracks me up. It's the well-oiled machine that is Pro Wrestling X. It's what you come to expect here. All right, hang on here. Let me get the call rolling here. Sorry, here I'm trying to. Gonna see if I can get this rocking and rolling. What's going on, boss?
Hey, hello.
Hey, what's going on, man?
I'm doing good.
Hey, you want in on the broadcast here tonight?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, hang on. Let me rope you in here.
Okay.
All right, these guys can probably all hear me talking to you right now, but let me get this all set up. All right, gang. I think we got you live here. All right, chat, folks. Let me know if you can hear me and Robert. Robert, say something. Say hi to chat.
Yeah, hello, chat.
This
you
is
doing?
Robert the Man. He has not made many appearances on our stream.
Yeah, I know you can only say once.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a few weeks. I'm waiting for chat to confirm that we got you live here. I sometimes occasionally bork this because it's the Pro Wrestling X Gong Show.
Exactly.
So you guys have come to expect nothing. We do hear Robert. All right, fantastic. Let me bring in Mr. Cola as well. We'll see if Cola is live. Hey, I think it's fun. I've got the. Sorry. I got my ass kicked on the game and nobody was telling me. I've been too busy setting up the Skype chat and nobody was yelling at me for leaving my computer rolling, and the opponent apparently kicked my ass while we were talking here. That stupid AI. I'm beaming Cola in here in a second, so it'll at least be three of us. I don't know where Dave is. Anybody who knows and has followed the Pro Wrestling X Gong Show Tuesday night Twitch stream, we never know where Dave is. We never know what natural.
Dave should actually join in the conversation.
I was gonna say, I don't know if we've ever had a conversation where all four of us have ever been present. I don't know if that's ever happened yet. Maybe Dave will still make an appearance tonight. We'll find out here.
Maybe once or twice.
There's Cola. All right, rock and roll. Cola, anytime you want to do some screen sharing or something right now, it's just me getting my butt kicked by the game as usual. So that
Sure.
may or may not be interesting to the fans. I think we got a few newbies here tonight, so yeah, Robert, we got to get you in here more often, boss. You got to be taking a nice little bow for all the hard work. I have not been able to be present here the last couple of weeks. In fact, both of you need to be taking some bows for all the hard work. And Alex busted out a Twitch stream last week where there was like almost 2 hours. I haven't heard it yet because I've been so torched with work, but I'm just coming up for air now, and it's like I miss the party, man. So yeah, chat, get in here and give Robert some love for hooking us up with this awesome game that just continues to keep kicking more and more ass. In fact, while we're
Hey
doing
man, I don't know what's going on, but I can't share screens. Skype says.
Oh, maybe you got to
wait,
start.
Wait.
Hang
Hold
on. Before I say that, I was gonna say maybe.
No, I think
hang
it's
on.
working.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
It was giving me some kind of permission stuff.
Stupid technology.
So, yeah.
Pro Wrestling X Gong Show. You guys expect nothing else.
Hey, Eric, you see that spinning camera right now around the wrestler?
Yeah, he's gone now, but he's back. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was an early beta and everything. I need to improve that because I actually, that right there, if you notice, it's only around the pelvis area. But I improved it to where it's actually around the chest area to where it actually show the face. So I need to improve that
Nice.
spinning camera.
That's awesome. I said it's been so much fun watching the development of this thing. It's really been just practically bananas. It really has. This has been really fun to watch this thing really start taking shape. And it cracks me up because we always like, dude, you got to get some sleep. He gets Robert to start busting out these marathons where he's just like, you can just tell he's been up for 5 days straight programming the game, and it's like dude, get some sleep, man, get some rest. It's all good. But the results have been speaking for themselves in terms of the quality of the stuff. It's been so much fun, especially on my end, because I said I can't do tons on the game right now. I can maybe help out with bits and pieces. I help get everything coordinated with Steam. I do all the web updates and all that stuff. But in terms of the sheer development of the game, I can't do squat for a lot of this stuff. And it's so cool to be able to pull down these games. And I was kind of saving the brand new builds for Twitch night, so that I would be reacting to these things as everybody else was. And it's been fun, man. It's been really fun. So major props to you. And the crowd cracks me up. We got these chefs and 4-star generals and all this stuff in here. It absolutely kills me. Um, so it's been
Yeah.
fun times for sure.
Everybody's sophisticated and everything.
Now, how did I get cut already? I must have like not been paying any attention, and the computer busted me open. But yeah, I'm cracking up at this guy with the purple shirt and the tie. I see him everywhere, and he just cracked me up. It's like I'm waiting for somebody to write some fan fiction on these guys or something like that. It's cracking me up. So, yeah, Chad is wanting to know if you ever sleep, Robert.
No. I hardly ever do. You know, personal things in my life and working on this game. It's like it's a battle with sleep and everything.
No, I feel you, man. Because I get the same way. I wake up every day at 4:30, every single day, and it's like I call it my little sleep halftime because I can't. Like it takes me at least an hour to get back to sleep. You said the same thing. Too much cooking, the brain's always rocking and rolling, and it's not really healthy. But I try to get a nap during the day, but. You know, you can do what you can. So, gang, chat, if you got any questions for the man, how this thing's programmed, future visions for this stuff. Yeah, are you in chat too, Robert, right now, or are you want me to read them to you as they're popping up here?
Somewhat. I'm seeing the stream, but my I guess my chat is kind of slow.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'll keep you apprised of all the stuff here. Cola, everybody wants to know what you're working on right now.
Well, I was thinking
besides doing some gray naked guys in the background.
Yeah.
It's what we do best at the
guys at all times. I think I'm gonna make a weapon. 'Cause it's on the list for Kickstarter. So
absolutely.
Might as well make the model.
Yeah.
I'll be right back though.
Okay.
You guys go ahead.
All right.
I gotta take a quick break here.
It's all good. Just go ahead and leave that guy just looking just like that right up on the screen. That's fantastic. With a big giant. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you, man.
It's also the 12-year-old night. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit sleep deprived over the last week, but dude, I love this Dragon Sleeper so much. This thing absolutely looks absolutely epic. And people have been getting some unbelievable screenshots online too. Let's see.
Go further than that. It goes so much further than that. You know, especially when we start adding more moves and everything.
We have a question in chat. People are wondering right now what you are currently working on right now, Robert.
Currently,
like what's on the next on the list?
Currently, what I'm working on right now is I got the sorcery update from Cola with the with the apron.
Yes.
And so I'm working on the apron right now with the textures and things of that nature because I got a lot of reports that the textures was upside down and everything, and so I'm just working on that right now and improving that, and so.
Well, what's kind of, I mean, the thing is, it's anybody who's been watching our Twitch broadcast for a while, you probably have heard Dave say it a million times, is one of our philosophies is kind of like, okay, make it work well, and then make it pretty, in that order. And so sometimes we get to the stage of like, okay, let's just start knocking stuff out and making it work, and then we can do kind of a final pass to make it look pretty at the end, and that's kind of where we're at with like the apron and stuff. Robert was kind of, using some placeholder stuff or just stuff that he would kind of put together really quickly so that we could see if this stuff was working and get, whoa, that is a wild camera angle. What is happening?
I guess I gotta catch up to that one, I guess.
See, this is what cracks me up, is I'm so ADD when in this stuff. I see something new and shiny. Wait till you see the camera angle that was cut to, because that camera angle is kind of a random camera placement, isn't it? When you throw it.
Oh, you talking about the where you got him in the Dragon Sleeper?
Yeah,
and it's so close up.
Yeah, I've never seen that at that angle before. I kind of dig it. It's a little jarring at first, but the hair's looking good. I guess you can tell that way.
I know you got to get a close up of everything, but that right there is I guess it's one of the things where I switch from. There's 3 cameras in the game,
right?
To where it's the main action, it's the cut scenes, and it's also the action that's going in the ring itself. So with the third camera, it's actually zooming in to where you see the blood camera.
Mm.
Whenever you bust open someone or whatever, you'll see that the third camera is
Right.
zoomed. So it's just a glitch. This whole thing is going to be spreaded out throughout every update and everything. And I plan this next update is going to be the biggest update because we're going to have so much more that's coming to the table on this next update.
That's This is the brother knows how to get this thing hyped, because even I'm hyped and I'm like on the inside of all this stuff. We have Robert, what is one thing you want in Pro Wrestling X that has never been in any other wrestling game? I would probably that's close because we don't want to like tip our hand too much, but
Yeah.
we've got a lot. Let's see, we got a lot of stuff up our sleeves. I will say that much, because as much as No Mercy has kind of been our Bible, our inspiration, and all that stuff, we've also got a bunch of stuff kind of in the queue that is stuff that like has never been in a game before, and trying to like make it, instead of just like inspired by No Mercy, but also like uniquely Pro Wrestling X. So I would say let's we'll keep that one to ourselves. But we got stuff. Trust us, guys. Let's see.
Trust me. Oh yeah.
And that's the other fun thing too is, it's kind of funny. I've told this story before, but it's like I had this vision of like this grand workflow where we'd sit down and we'd plan every release and we'd release everything on a plan. And screw that noise. Robert's just like, yeah, enough of that planning stuff. I'm just gonna get in and like, tear it up, and my God, the pace has been absolutely frenetic. I feel almost guilty.
I think of it because it's like, you see a game, and we play so many wrestling games or whatever and stuff, and instead of just taking these slow paces, I'm like, oh my God, we can just blow this whole thing out,
Yep.
And
that's what I've learned. Yeah, so that's what I've learned is like I as much as my instinct was to like make sure that plan it all out and do it things like the right way and all that. It's like there's a certain point where you just got to like let go and you just like hop aboard the crazy train, which has kind of always been Pro Wrestling X motto anyway. And so just have fun with it, and as long as we're getting the stuff knocked out that we need to, I mean, hell, and if you're willing to put in the time, I mean, that's what I've been so impressed with is the dedication. And, seriously, guys, you guys have no idea. I'm going to put Robert over here really, really big. He will sit here and he will try to get like builds done in time for broadcast because he knows that you guys are wanting to see the new stuff, and it's really, really cool, guys. Like I said, he's been working his ass off for you guys, and he sits there and he'll actually dive into the Steam forums and read your bug reports and have the thing fixed before half of us are even in there. Hey, did you see this one bug? He's like, yeah, I already fixed that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's so crazy and stuff because I go on the Steam boards and everything, and I see that a lot of people will be posting things. Sometimes it's a gripe or whatever, and so I look at it and I hurry up and fix it. And by the time the next update, I'll give you like a long list of things I already improved and everything and stuff.
Well, and that proves that like I said, I want to make that clear that like we're listening to you guys because you guys are and we try to. I mean, like I said, when I'm doing these Twitch broadcasts and stuff, I try to like stumble across as many bugs and stuff as I can. But you guys are catching stuff that are like really obscure type things, and it's great because that's the only way to do this kind of stuff. And so it's really, really helpful. Plus, if you're things like adjustments to AI, or if a particular controller doesn't, feel tight enough for something, it's really, really helpful to us to have that stuff,
And I was gonna say, it's the crazy AI. It's like for me, I don't find it crazy.
It's because you're like a ninja. I can't beat them. I can't beat the main guy. Like aggressive, I have to put him on like dumbed down. They all make fun of me in chat every week, especially Joe, because it's like, oh God, Eric's coming in to play the game, and he's like the worst wrestling game player ever. And so it's like, so I have to set him at like basic AI. But other people were saying the same thing too, so I don't feel so bad. But you guys were always a little more elite with that kind of stuff than I was. So, and I don't even feel bad admitting it. Like I said, I've got my unhealthy addictions when it comes to some of these games, and you guys might not ever see me again once the Binding of Isaac new release hits on October 31st.
Man, shit, I don't blame you. I'm trying to catch up on the the Phantom Pain, the Metal Gear Solid game.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to catch up on that, and like it just recently been released, so I'm just trying to catch up on that and the whole NBA 2K16. I'm
Oh,
trying to
how
catch
is
up on
that?
that.
I haven't played an NBA game in a really long time. I go way back with basketball games, and
Oh, they got a story mode now.
do they
have a
really?
story
They have a story mode for
Oh yeah.
Get out of
Blow your
here,
mind what they put in there too.
dude! I
Like,
can
it's
only
really
imagine. Like I said, for me, I remember playing. Oh hell! Okay, here's where I start really dating myself. One of my favorite basketball games of all time was Double Dribble for the original Nintendo system. Dude, the dunk sequences, I still love them more than any other game.
Oh man.
And what was the other one? It was
It's 3 ball and one.
nope. Nope. This was I think the last game that I ever played for. Oh boy, I'm trying to think now. I played one a long time ago. This was like the first really big game that would hit for the, I think it was the Super Nintendo, like, or it was actually for a PC originally, called Lakers versus Celtics. And it was like at the time like really good graphics, and oh my god, you had all the player characters, and the gameplay was actually pretty fun. But I'm trying to think if I played an NBA game since. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's really into if you're like a sports fan or anything like that. You know, since Michael Jordan stopped playing,
Yeah.
the NBA.
You're big.
kinda
Were you a
went
big
down.
Bulls guy?
Huh?
Were you a big Bulls guy? Did you like the Bulls?
Oh yeah. I was a huge fan of Michael Jordan.
Oh,
And
somebody
the
brought up
Bulls.
NBA Jam in chat.
Oh yeah.
That was the shit. I remember the biggest thing from that was the arcade mode of that. Like where you actually would go to the arcades and you could like enter in the secret code and you could play as the programmers and all this stuff. That was crazy.
I remember the game where Bill Clinton was in it with his big
Yeah.
head and everything.
Totally. Oh, I remember Big Head mode. Oh, see, thank you, chat. That made my night. I remember that game. I loved that one. Because I used to play it in the arcades, and I used to play it for the next, like the Super Nintendo. I think is where I played it with most. Because I don't think it ever came out for the Nintendo 64 or anything like that. I don't think.
I don't think so. I think it was NBA Showtime that came out for it.
I think you're right. We have oh god, we have people bringing up NFL Blitz as another sports
I love
arcade
that
game.
game.
Dude, was that not crazy?
Hey, did you play the new recent NFL Blitz or whatever, where they actually take steroids and they have
No. Oh my god.
Oh my
No,
God, that
I'm
was crazy.
I'm an old man and I have not played. I miss arcades. I used to, oh god, this is okay. Here's where I also play the loser card. Like even as soon as probably 10 years ago, like every Friday night I would like go out to the mall, I'd get some food, and then like it was like the last place that had an arcade, and I'd sit there and I'd play WrestleFest for an hour.
WrestleFest.
I loved WrestleFest. Oh my god, that was one of my favorite games of all time. And
Is that where the wrestlers like they really big on screen and
Yep.
it's a lot of action that's going on. In
it is.
you
It
know,
is much more. It's much more arcade oriented. It was the roster was a retro roster, so you had Hogan, Jake the Snake, Earthquake, Road Warriors, Demolition. Trying to think who else. I mean, there's a whole pile of that era of wrestlers, and so the whole goal, it was all tag team based, or you could do a Royal Rumble mode where guys would just kind of keep flowing in, and that was so much fun. My tag team was always Jake the Snake and Earthquake, and it was that was my
Did
favorite.
you play these on the original arcade or did
This
you
is
play them
actually
like-
this is the real arcade machine.
Oh wow.
I in fact I have long thought about if I ever like got rich and like had a really awesome basement and all that stuff. I always thought about seeing if I could track down an original WrestleFest machine, because then you guys would really never see me again. Especially if I could put that thing, because the stupid Road Warriors would cheat, and anybody who knows that game knows exactly what I'm talking about. It was one of those games that was again designed to feed a bunch of quarters, and so the Road Warriors would you kind of you'd make your tag team, and then you'd advance up the the tournament, and then after your fourth match, you would face the Road Warriors. and they would just come and they just destroy you. It was no fun. They would cheat.
You know what the crazy thing is about with certain games, like we making Pro Wrestling X is basically almost I would say something like a fictionalized kind of indie event.
Mm-hmm.
I think what separates that or whatever is because you grew up with these wrestlers, you've seen them before, the cadence, how they are and how they wrestle. I think with Pro Wrestling X, it's a fictionalized world to where we have to groom these players into like really corresponding with these players and with these wrestlers and having a bio and things of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really important for us to build that, because I remember it was one game, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a game that came out with Ukes. I forgot Power Move Pro Wrestling.
Power Move Pro Wrestling. I haven't thought about that one in a long time.
Remember, every wrestler was like generic. They wouldn't have no real name or anything like that, but it was like the bio and the things behind them in their move selection that actually made you really invest in these wrestlers and everything. I think that's what Pro Wrestling X needs.
I would love. Well, and I know we've got a lot of these. Because some of these, like Tirador and some of our other characters, they were developed like way back in the day, and that's like where everything started. Everything started from like a sketch and like a character bio, a story that goes way back to Mel and Jessica, who were like the original gangsters of Pro Wrestling X, and they were responsible for kind of creating some of these original characters. Now, obviously, we've kind of deviated from some of that a little bit, but the genesis of these characters are all right there. And they started that way, where they would have these fun little backstories and all this stuff. And so I would love to start seeing some of that kind of stuff, because you're right, it just adds more fun to the game, I think. And
it really does, because think about it. It's like Mortal Kombat is a game that's completely fictionalized and everything, but Raiden, Liu Kang history, things like that, and it's all fictionalized. Ain't no tournament in the world that's going on like that where you.
What are you talking about? That's totally a real tournament. Oh my God! I don't want to panic anybody, but I may have just gotten pinged by my boy Dave.
Oh boy, yeah, bring Dave on, please do.
I'm on him right now.
If he can jump in here or not.
Yeah, in fact, if that hits, I'm gonna tweet and get on Facebook and say this is the first time everybody's been in one time here. Hang on, add to group call. We'll see if Mr. Wisnowski is joining us here.
Audio neighbor.
Oh my God! Jam Tart in action.
I finally, I've been kicking around for a while, assuming I would get like an email or something. Nothing came. I thought, you know what? I should actually do what I said I'd do last week and check the actual Twitch page.
Now, see, you must not be getting these emails, because I sent Alec and I both said that we were going to be here tonight in Basecamp.
I got that, yeah, but usually we get like usually there's an hour warning or 2 hour warning just to confirm that everybody's going to actually be able to make it, So I was like, I wonder if people have made it today, or if they're stuck or what. Oh yeah, we're there, right on. So yeah, hey, everybody's here. Wow,
this is the first. I said I'm putting this on Facebook right now.
Yeah.
Because this is the first. I can't think if we've all been in this room together. I don't think so.
No, I think it's the time that we've been like here, like all together, all at once. I think it's the first.
Yeah, I'm hopping on the social media, the things, the Facebook and the things.
Eric is our social media expert.
Oh God, please. Social media douchebag, maybe. I don't know. See, I don't know. See, actually, I'm not social media douchebag, because a lot of the tips and tricks for all the social media crap I just ignore, because I can't stand all that stuff. I don't want to be a big spammer.
Yeah, Dave. What you been up to?
Actually, today I've led the exciting life of a guy getting a knee replacement. So I spent like 3 hours in the hospital this afternoon, doing more damn pre-op work. I tell you, man, the pre-operation test and work and everything, it's like 10 times as much work as the actual freaking operation is going to be. It's pretty crazy.
What is like preparation for your operation or something?
Yeah, they got to do all the scans and X-rays and blood work and everything. They X-ray it from head to toe to make sure you're healthy enough to even like live through an operation, and they got to test you to make sure that you're not going to have a reaction to all the anesthetic and drugs they're going to give you. I find out that because I've been on like arthritis and everything medication for so long, they're really worried that I'm going to be immune to a lot of the pain management drugs, right? So they're like, during the operation, just to make sure that you're not conscious and remembering anything, we're going to give you a drug that's an amnesiac. It's going to make you forget, because you don't want to remember the sound of the bone saw or the smell of the burning bone in case you become used to it.
What?
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I would
Jesus.
appreciate very much if you loaded me up on that amnesiac drug, please. That'd be great.
Hell yeah, knock me out before I hear all of this stuff, Have some post-traumatic syndrome type of things in there.
Dave, you live the most interesting life. I swear.
Well, that's the thing, man. They don't want to put you under like a regular operation where they would just knock you right out. This operation, apparently they want to paralyze me from the chest down, but they want to keep me awake, but not fully awake. They're gonna what they call conscious sedation. So I'm just gonna be kind of groggy, but they'll be talking to me during the operation, but I won't be able to feel it apparently. But
Jesus.
Hey Dave, how did you actually get injury like a wrestler? You're not even a wrestler.
Yeah, I was just, you don't do anything. How'd you get hurt?
oh, dude,
It's like a wrestler injury.
I've got the best story. Like my knee has been giving me trouble since I was in my late 20s, and this is a funny story because I can say that I first injured my knee in a martial arts tournament, and that's totally true, except that the details of the story is it was the very first match I was ever going to have in this martial arts tournament. And I'm in the ring and we're facing off, and the referee is just like, are you ready? You ready? Okay, fight. I take one step forward. Nobody touches me. I take one step forward, and my knee snaps and buckles, and I fall over after taking one step.
What?
I take one step, boom, I fall over. Right? Nobody lays a hand on me.
I was just going to ask if Johnny swept the leg. Is that what happened?
That's exactly what it felt like. My knee just popped out sideways, and my ACL ligament, the one that ties, the bottom of your leg to the top of your leg, it snapped in half, and and it went out. So,
did you just take all kinds of stuff from like? Were you in a dojo? I'm doing Karate Kid now. I'm doing.
Like a ninja or something.
Yeah, no, right?
Was Dave Hanso Man or whatever that guy was from the Virtua Fighter or whatever it was? Was he the ninja? I can't even remember anymore.
Well, it was pre UFC days.
Oh my God! Somebody just made the Kevin Nash reference.
That's right.
Dude,
man.
having so many knee surgeries, that's crazy.
Well, because that's what Kevin Nash did on a Raw. He stepped into the ring and blew his knee out immediately without even being touched.
Pretty much exactly what happened. What was great was like after, during the end of this event, I'm just sitting on the sidelines, nursing my knee, wondering what the hell happened, and my opponent's freaking like 10-year-old daughter comes up to me and she apologizes. I'm sorry, my daddy hurt you, and I'm like, your daddy didn't fucking touch me.
Dude, that sucks. That means so it was like a full blown it was an ACL injury.
Yeah, the ACL was severed. I went in like a few months later to have a surgery where they put the scope in your knee and look around. They thought it was just some torn cartilage, but after that surgery, like, hey man, we went in to fix your cartilage, and lo and behold, look at this, your ACL's been snapped in half. That's pretty serious. We're gonna have to go and operate again. And I had a choice. I could either get an ACL ligament from a cadaver installed and replaced, or what they ended up doing, I don't know if it was because of my age or whatever, they removed one of my hamstrings and used one of my hamstrings as an ACL.
Wow, really? I don't think I've ever heard that. I always thought it was cadaver. Okay.
Well, apparently I had the option, but they went with using my own hamstring. So it's funny, in the back of my leg, I've got this big deep-cut groove in the back of my leg where I've got a missing hamstring. On top
Got like Frankenstein legs, man. That's insane.
Oh yeah, they're all scarred up and so many operations. But that ACL surgery, I had that when I was in my late 20s, and I'm like 43 now.
I can't believe you didn't feel more like, because those ACL tears are not delicate, and so I can't believe like you're sitting there nursing your knee. Usually, like you have to like cart them off and get them to the hospital like right away for stuff like that.
Yeah,
Well,
but better yet, Eric, just think about it. It's like for me, I'm thinking to myself, it's like, how the hell you pay for all of this? Like in America, we have to pay for this. I guess in Canada they provide the free health care and everything and stuff. And wow,
Yeah.
that seems like that would be expensive like crazy.
Oh yeah, it would have been. Yeah, I mean, I had to wait like for the ACL surgery. I waited 6 months, and that operation lasted a while, but that it started failing a few years ago, and my knee started getting really wobbly. So they said, well, so much for that operation. Now you're going to need a full-blown knee replacement. So I had to wait 10 months for that, and I go in November 2nd on Monday to get that done. So looking forward to
So
it.
is that
Yeah,
so? That's official at this point. We've got
Yep.
the they. Okay, cool, man. All right.
Oh yeah.
Apparently I should only be in the hospital for a couple of days, apparently. So.
We'll have to get the fans to rally and get you like some kind of a care package, or some kind of a bunch of ace bandages or something, like throw them like the Ring of Honor streamers, just like a bunch of ace bandages next time people see you or something. Speaking of Ring of Honor, I'm getting to see him on Friday night. I'm totally
Oh
stoked.
yeah, I can't wait for that. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Ring of Honor.
We've got a live event hitting Kalamazoo, and so I just scored my tickets today. They're going to probably sell out. It's going to be going to be a pretty live. It was live there. I mean, a year ago. It was a hot crowd, and so I think they were anxious to come back. And we're actually we're having the first official Pro Wrestling X meetup. One of the guys that's been supporting us for a little while, you guys have seen him as RP Coltrane in chat, for those who've been in here a while. He's making the drive over from Toronto to come check it out, and so we've been touching base, and so that's going to be like the Pro Wrestling X meetup for whatever it's worth. So
Yeah, good luck getting past the customs and the border patrol.
yeah, oh God.
Getting into Windsor, Ontario. Wow, that's crazy. I've been there before.
Yes, I used to go over to Windsor, not all the time, because, well, God, okay, how do I clean this up? There were certain adult-only entertainment places that would allow 18-year-olds in Windsor, so there was a lot of us that would make the trip over there when you're a freshman, and that kind of a thing is really, really cool. And so, but yeah, it's... yeah, that's always a pretty crazy town because of all the kids that go over there to do whatever. So
Oh yeah, that was a fun experience for me. That was my first time actually going to Canada. I was going to see a girlfriend that was in Toronto, and
so you actually
You know,
had a
it's
real
still-
Canadian girlfriend. It wasn't like the mythical.
yeah.
Okay, well, no, because the joke around here is
Five
that especially in Michigan, like that's the joke. That, oh, I got a girlfriend, but you've never met her. She's like Canadian. It's total crap. I'm sorry. Please continue with your story.
like everybody brag about that and stuff, having a Canadian girlfriend.
Well, it's just like it was a nice way of like getting around the fact that nobody ever saw her. So she was in Toronto, huh?
Yeah, I ain't trying to give too much away with my business, but
Fair enough, dude. It's all
it was
good.
hell. Trust me, it was hell. For 5 years or whatever, worked out and everything and stuff, and man, it's
Well, because
when
I've
you get
always
caught up
heard,
with
and
things.
my experience was getting into Canada was not a big deal, but getting back into the States was a pain.
It was. Oh,
Yeah, that was my experience. That is, I everybody's experience is a little bit different with all that stuff, but for me, getting into Canada was like when I went up and saw Dave up in Vancouver. That was like absolutely nothing. There was like nothing to it. But getting back into the States, they were really like finicky about stuff.
Oh, Eric, I have to say, yeah, I think you're right about that and stuff. Like, man, when I was coming back from Canada, right? I guess I overstayed my visa, and
Oh,
and
yeah.
so when I was coming back, guess what they told me? I was I'm not trying to tell you so much with it, but it's just who I am with it. I'm just being real with you. And so I was coming back, right? And they was telling me that, well, we're gonna pay for your ticket and we're gonna pay for your way back and everything. So and so I was like, okay, cool, all right. So then I arrived at Niagara Falls. Guess what they told me? They said, well, we don't have no ticket for you.
Oh,
What are you
man.
talking about? They only tell you these things to get you out of our country. I was like, wow, I was stranded. I was
That
stranded.
sucks. Oh man.
Man, I swear to God. And it was this one female that came up to me and she said that, well, I will pay your way. I'll get you to Detroit and everything. And she paid for my way and everything. That was my guardian angel for real. Otherwise, I'll be stuck in Windsor.
Oh man, dude, that sucks. And it's happened, dude. I've had some pretty good travel stuff like that too. Like I remember I ran out of gas one time, and I've always I was trying to get home in time for Christmas, right? And so I had like no gas in my car, and I was trying to come home from college, and I was broke as all get out, and I was trying to, you're trying to squeeze every last. Oh, I got a quarter of a tank. I could totally make it from like Lansing to Battle Creek, which is like a 2-hour drive on a quarter tank. I don't know what my math was thinking, but I literally I almost made it. I got behind the semi, right, and so I was tailgating him the whole way and like drafting off of him, and so I was getting like this insane fuel mileage. But the problem was I was following so close that I missed my exit, and I had to drive another 20 minutes, and I rolled to a stop. And the next exit's a gas station, and I had no money, no credit cards, nothing. And I'm just sitting there. I didn't even have like any change to like call my parents or something like that. And so I was just sitting there staring at the gas station, trying to figure out how the hell I was going to get home. This dude just gave me like no, he gave me like $10. He's like, dude, pay it forward someday. Merry Christmas. I was like, shit, So I've always, that was. I felt like such a moron.
Yeah, we definitely have guardian angels that's watching over us and everything.
I got to,
especially in situations like that, So Dave, hate to tell you, but with my I guess I was 20 around that time, so I was kind of, I guess, immature or whatever.
Sure.
So they stamped me. The government, the Canada government, they gave me a stamp for 10 years for not being able to be allowed in Canada. And
dude, it's like you and New Jack. Like, they don't let New Jack into Canada either.
Dude, they get really, really sticky with that stuff. I know a guy who's an indie wrestler. In Canada, the guys would go south of the border to the States and wrestle like in Washington or whatever all the time, right? For like $20 or $40, right? And this one guy just went across the border just to wrestle an indie show. And because he didn't get the proper visa or whatever, they stop him at the border and they look up his name or whatever on the internet. They see that he's wrestling a show in the States, which is technically working without a visa. Boom, he's barred from traveling for 10 years.
Yeah, because I remember, didn't they do that for an ECW show? They smuggled him in through like a trunk of a car or something like that? Because New Jack was like heavily advertised.
Wow, can you imagine him trying to get across the border?
I can't even imagine. There's no way. Especially if he's like in full New Jack mode too. There's no way any of those Mounties at the border are gonna be like, yeah, we'll let him in. Especially if he's like carrying all his trunk of plunder for the weapons and all that stuff. He had that sickle and the staple gun and all that stuff. Are you kidding me? Robert, Chad's saying Robert is New Jack confirmed. That's it.
Man, I would love to. Hey, see how the mat is all stained and everything? That's New Jack style right
there. Dude,
Yeah.
New Jack. I came this close to having New Jack bleed on me on an ECW show. I'm like thankful now that I know, because he had all the stuff, and I was like, nope. I'm glad I dodged that bullet. But it was him and Carino and Jack Victory and Dreamer, I think it was. And it was just crazy. They were just like brawling all over the arena, and they're like bleeding all over the floor. It was gross. I mean, it's one thing when you're like looking at that stuff on camera or whatever, but they're like, when they're dripping blood in front of you, that's like, I'm pretty squeamish about all that stuff. So
yeah, that's not your thing, eh?
Hey Dave, have you ever played Backyard Wrestling, that game from PlayStation 2?
1 and 2. How else are you going to beat up the Insane Posse if you don't get back?
Hey, you gotta admit, the part 2, the part 1, the game, the first game was okay, but the part 2, when they had the Jerry Springer show, or whatever, when it was showing like the Insane Clown Posse, where it was a story mode, I gotta admit that was actually good.
Well, the thing is, at least it kind of played to the backyard wrestling kind of market, right? That they made it a total like redneck white trash kind of video game, which I thought was pretty funny. And I like some of the levels in it. Like they had like a carnival level where you had almost like a cage match with fluorescent tubes hanging everywhere and stuff. Like they did some fairly interesting, cool stuff. Like with the environment, some of the backyards, you could literally like beat the guy to death with a trailer door and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like, it was pretty
To death?
damn near.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay, you were. The emphasis there was on the door, and not the fact. I heard all I heard was death, and I was like, whoa, what? That's pretty bad.
I think they even had that. They even had the weed whacker in that game, didn't they? They like the yard trimmer.
Yep, they did. Yep.
Dustin, yes, ICP does own a wrestling promotion. They have Juggalo Championship Wrestling that Cabana will wrestle for every once in a while, I think.
They still run shows, don't they?
Yeah. Well, because I mean, Michigan, that's where they're from, and so a lot of them are outside of the Detroit area. Never been. It's not my jam.
Insane Clown Posse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're rappers now and everything.
Well, that's what they started with. They were rappers, and they still do. They record albums and all that kind of stuff, but they also do all this other stuff with the fests and the wrestling and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty crazy.
I remember they came to WCW and it was a gong show. I didn't like it when they come to WCW because they just kind of tainted the image of.
Well, that's when who was it? Who was that? Mike Awesome threw one of them off the top of a bus accidentally, like they were wrestling, and he took a power bomb badly, and he like slid off the bus. I think it was Shaggy 2 Dope. I think took a total. It's a pretty funny clip.
I think I missed that one, but I was a huge fan of Mike Awesome in ECW though when he was fighting.
I was too. This was when this was when he was the '70s show, Mike Awesome, and he had the gimmick of he had like a bus, like a hippie mobile type of thing going on,
I remember that.
and he power bombed. Remember in the clip, and because these guys aren't real, like I went, okay, that's not fair. They're not, but they're not real pro wrestlers. So he's just you can tell he's trying to take this move and not trying to look like he's fighting it or anything. And he gives them like either an awesome bomb or like one of the I think it was an awesome bomb, and he landed, and then he just like slipped and fell right off the roof, right onto the floor. It was just like, oh my god! I think of that clip, and it just cracks me up.
Hey, I don't mean to cut y'all off, but what are the fans saying in the chat room? I'm not really on Twitch right now.
They're busting at all kinds of topics tonight. They were sharing different travel stories, echoing exactly your experiences. Let's see. Do you think about doing wrestling events or match that only happens like a special day, like Christmas Day or Halloween? Pumpkin on a pole. Okay, that was Predator Slam. Really. What's funny is I remember the reason when he said that Halloween only is that it seems like this time every year, Team Fortress 2 has a Halloween mode. And they have all this awesome, like these levels where they're in haunted houses and you can collect special power-ups and all that kind of stuff. And God, I could see doing a great pumpkin, where everybody's wearing orange tights or something for a day, and then it just disappears after an update or something. I don't know. Why the hell not?
That'd be fun.
No, Insane Clown Policy does not own Faygo. Faygo has been like a pop. Michigan bias. I call it pop. Some people call it soda. It's a beverage joint that's been in Michigan for like 80-some years, and Insane Clown Posse has taken that to be like that's their drink of choice. So if you go to a show, you're going to get sprayed with it and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's a way they kind of tie their Michigan roots and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Hey Eric, you see Eric and Dave, you see what Alex is working on?
I am watching this in the background, and I am marking out like crazy.
That's right, man. We need some kendo.
Alex did enough talking last week for 2 hours. I don't blame him for shutting up and letting us yet.
I know. I watched that whole replay, and I couldn't believe it, man. I thought he was going to lose his voice by the end of it.
It's on my list. I'm just now catching up and like entering like the living again.
Yeah. You got that site launch for your day job last week.
Yep, and I got a couple more big ones that I got to knock out here by November. Like the 1st of November. So it's no rest for the wicked, man. But you gotta keep making that paper, man. Got some bills
Hey,
to
y'all,
pay.
I gotta take
know
another
you
quick
probably
break
haven't,
here, guys.
All right, cool, man.
Okay, but I don't know if y'all read the update or anything. You know, when I was updating you, but I was saying that we need to update the Pro Wrestling X website.
Oh,
the
yes, we do.
website. Like we really need to do that. And that's how I actually found out about the game was from
Dude,
the
you are not kidding, and that is like on my list for like the first project of the year is to get that stupid thing rebooted and rebuilt, and I've got a whole slew of things I want to throw in there, and so you are not joking, man. My problem has just been having some free time, and I got to tell you too, now that we've got a much better product with much better screenshots and stuff, that was always my struggle, was how do I make, because I was kind of selling Uprising at that point. Like that's all I had to kind of sell with screenshots, and I was like, dude, I don't know how to build an awesome website with this stuff. And so really it's just kind of a vehicle for the newsletters and stuff now, but we're going to have so much more fun stuff to be able to do with that, and even just to make it mobile friendly and do all the good things, because that code base is got to be 6 or 7 years old.
Get back running, like wow, man, like you can just tell or whatever, like with the game itself, it's going to sell so much that it's going to bring in a new kind of customization to where like everybody will have access to it.
Well,
so with the website, it's going to drive a lot of people to the game itself.
Well, and especially as we've been this is always something we've kind of been talking about with our fans. It's like I've been like, it's hard because we haven't had like a really awesome product until like the last 3 months, and so you get kind of shy about telling everybody about the thing because it's like you don't want them to see something that hasn't been updated in 6 months as like their first impression, but now that we're like rocking and rolling, and especially once we hit like 1.0, it's going to be like it's going to be so much easier to do something like that. That's going to be really cool, and like I said, get all the store buttons, get all that stuff, get screenshots cooking, and I don't know, it's gonna be pretty cool. I hope anyway. So
yeah, we got to redo the video for the Steam page and everything needs to be updated, all the new stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. We got
Dave, I was wondering, you remember I think the Shut Your Mouth presentation, the way that it was set up and everything. Remember how it was a video playing in the background and and the menu system and everything?
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
That was one of the better ones. I didn't mind that one at all.
Yeah, I think we definitely have some room.
If you fans don't realize that and everything, that's on the rinks. That's coming up and everything.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there, y'all. It's that's one thing that like I said, we've been sticking to that philosophy of just like make it work, and then we're going to kind of do a final pass to make sure art and everything is all cleaned up and get some of the, because Robert, you've been knocking it out, and it's been hard. Just like, hey, do a controller scheme and do all this stuff, and so we got to work on some of that stuff. But you know what? This is all gravy, man. And but we've had and it's probably good that we mention this right now, is we've got a couple of really dedicated folks in our forums that have been walking people through like how to mod the game and all that stuff. And we can't thank them enough for doing that, because a lot of us are, like I said, I would love to take time to kind of build proper tutorials, but like I said, the day job's been killing me, and so as always, we've been relying on the kindness of our fans to help us out with that kind of stuff. So it's been fun.
Yeah, they've been great, man. Within 24 hours of releasing our last update, there was already a fan-made tutorial on modding the game already up on Steam, so you can't thank them enough for doing that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I should be a plant or something or whatever, and so go further than that or whatever, especially when it comes to wrestling customizations, with the skins and everything like that. I should sneak in the forums or whatever as somebody anonymous.
Nah, no need to be a forum troll. I said we've been doing a bang up job, and you said you guys are all to be commended. I said it's been I have personally felt like crap, because it's like I've been so absent here the last couple of weeks. But like I said, I'm looking forward to tearing into the stuff here pretty soon, and even maybe making some new aprons or something, just something to cut my teeth a little bit and get back in the mode of helping out with some of this stuff. So
Yeah, I swear to you, the only time I'll be satisfied with the creator wrestler is until I make a first creator wrestler of AJ Styles in the game. I'm a huge
Oh
fan.
yeah. I said I'm going to try. He's in Kalamazoo. I'm going to try to see if I can get him to talk to me. We'll see. I got to get you to make me. I don't know if you saw my base camp. I got to get you to hook me up with a Mac version because I don't have any. Just do a quick simple export and just see if I can get it working.
I'll try to make that first thing in the morning and everything.
No sweat. Like I said, the event's on Friday, and I said it's all. I just wanted some time to test it and all that stuff. And then, like I said, for the fans that are Mac based and too, I can at least find out if it works, and if it does, shit, it's time to release that bad boy, and let more people take a spin on it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So Dave, what else you been working on, man? Like I said, it's been a little while since I've talked to you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Everybody's been nose to the grindstone on their own stuff for a couple of weeks here. It's been pretty crazy, eh? Yeah, I've been.
I seen Dave been posting his personal business on the newsletters and stuff. I seen even your I guess your wife posted something.
That was so sweet, Dave. That was just.
Well, I had to, man. I was talking about I was talking actually the other day about people talk about the crew, and there's 4 of us, right? But people don't realize sometimes like how many fifth Beatles there are, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like people that really help out the project that you don't really know about. Everyone from like. Our lawyer, who has probably saved our ass more times than anybody knows, yet nobody even knows his name, and yeah, my wife, man, she's been through the trenches with me, literally, like, working extra shifts to help keep things afloat and whatnot, and I couldn't thank her enough. So, it was
that's a warrior right there. That's a warrior. Yeah. Somebody that actually down with you and believe in you and everything. Because most people would just walk away and stuff like.
And he told the story. He had his chance. We were ready. This was a long time ago, but she wouldn't let him quit. And that's.
Man, that's
so we all.
Think about like how blessed you are to even have a female like that. Some would just walk away and stuff. That's a guy thing, or you know what I mean. Trust me, y'all know what I'm talking about.
But some of this stuff is like there's like a fine line between like passion and insanity, and it's to her credit.
She's definitely one of the good ones. We've been together since we were like 18, 19. So
dude, that's awesome.
Like she mentioned to me the other day, she's like, you realize we've been together longer than we've been with our own families. You know what I mean? Because you live with your family for 18 years and you leave the nest. And I was like, damn, you're right, man. I've known you longer than I've known like my own parents, really.
Hey David, like for me, I look at it this way. Okay, like is it a thing to where you got to be attracted to the person to where you're going to be that long with the person, or just the fact that the person, what they give to you and what they are as a person, that makes you a whole, that keeps them with you. And everything.
Welcome to Pro Wrestling X relationship talk tonight.
Relationship advice. I know, with my wife, man, I don't know. I think we got lucky, man. My wife and I met when we were really young, and for better, for worse, we went through a lot of really, really lean times. Like, we first started living together, I went to college, and we were poor, and we had nothing. And I think, if you can stay with someone during the worst of times, then they're with you for the right reasons when times are good. So we've been through this shit, and we haven't split up or done anything stupid. So yeah, I'm lucky, man. I got one of the good ones for sure. So knock on wood. She's working tonight, man. She's a intensive care nurse. She's up there saving lives while I'm like sitting here yakking about a wrestling game. So,
hey, it's all good.
Don't be complaining if you're making millions on this thing and everything. We can kick WWE ass. Trust me, we're gonna do that.
See, this is why I love Robert, man. He gets me all pumped up. It's like when he starts talking about millions of dollars, it's like I'm listening. That works.
I'm telling you, man, all we need is just basically just something that's just gonna push us forward or whatever. Because the only thing that WWE has is just basically the name power or whatever superstar they have in there. But the gameplay itself or whatever, it's like think about when you compare it to something like No Mercy, something to like WWF Attitude and things of that nature or whatever and stuff. The thing that stand out is the gameplay. And what we have right now and stuff is a blueprint of something that's really great and everything. We just got to keep
And it's
working
fun to
at
play,
it.
man. It's fun to play. That's what I'm saying. Is like I've been sitting here just jamming along for like the
More
last
than
hour.
that, though. But Eric, I'm telling you, it's gonna be more than that.
Oh, I know.
Especially with the next updates and stuff like, man, it's gonna be way more than that.
I
You know,
can't
he's
wait.
doing the basic things right now. He's just gonna be way more than that.
I
'Cause some
can't
people
wait.
don't even realize that we having back grapples now. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
I know, right?
The back grapples are
Yeah.
tight too. I like that mechanism. Alex did a really good job of like animating those switchovers and everything. I'm really, like I said, it feels really fluid. It's all good.
He gets a lot of compliments on the animation and the forums and everything. People really like what he does,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's definitely, Dave. I remember M. Dickey. I was telling Alex whatever. I remember M. Dickey. He was making some kind of statement or whatever. He said that, hey, look at this. You know, one of the best wrestling animators out there. I was like, wow, okay. You know, like then
Yeah,
he just gave complimented to Alex like crazy and stuff because he was saying that he's one of the best in the game. You know, think about all the wrestler animators out there. You know, it's like that's crazy compliments
Yeah,
from.
I gotta hand it to him, man. I gotta hand it to him. Wrestling animation has to be some of the most complex animation to do for games. Like any kind of character animation like that isn't motion captured, you know, it's crazy to do it the way Alex does it, you know.
Well, and especially since the audience, like we've all seen these moves a million times, and so like if something doesn't look right, like, you know, everybody's like all over it, like, oh, his hand needs to be placed here and all this stuff. So it's also a pretty potentially unforgiving art form too, when you have to like really try to like nail down this stuff without the benefit of all the mocapping and all that stuff. But I think it looks tight. I said it looks good to me.
Hey,
I'm
you think those cutscenes that I got in the game, you think I need to, I guess, revamp those, you know, from different angles or whatever, or just keep them the way they are?
I dig them the way they are personally. I have turned them off for the broadcast in the past, but I don't know. Maybe it's a nostalgia thing for me, but I really feel like it adds. I don't know. It just adds like a nice little breather, I guess, and especially for like the big impact moves and all that stuff, because it also feels like I may be reading too much into this, but for me, it almost feels like I'm watching it on TV, where they will cut away to a different camera angle for a big move on occasion, and it just, I don't know, it just breaks things up a little bit, and it doesn't. I don't find that it even bothers me a little bit. But again, you've got the ability to turn that off. So if it's not your jam,
Yeah,
okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
play with it off most of the time. You know, like when I'm capturing screenshots and that, I'll play with it off most of the time, and it's working fantastically. I couldn't be happier with the state of things and where it's going. I hope we get to that 1.0 build here, and we got to celebrate the holiday season and that. But you know, on that note, it's 9:30, and I gotta get my damn kid off to bed here and get her lunch made for school tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to bow out, man.
Well, it was good to pop in. I said it was the first time we had all four of us in one chat. I said I don't know how much longer I've got either. I said I've got to wake up relatively early for meetings and stuff tomorrow, but yeah, cause
I'm sorry I didn't jump in earlier, man. But yeah, thanks to you guys for thanks to everyone on the crew for being in on Twitch today, and thanks to all the fans for kicking it in the chat room and everything, man. It's awesome watching the kendo stick getting made with all this great gameplay with the crowd and signs. It's awesome, man. Well, thanks a lot, guys. I will follow up with everybody probably tomorrow. I don't think I have any doctor's appointments or anything tomorrow, so I'll be around kicking it. Maybe Eric, you and I can chat some more or something.
Yeah, it'd be good to kind of catch up. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't talked to you for a while, man. All right, you guys. Thanks a lot, Robert, Alex, Eric, and it's all good. And I'm just going to click the little mute button here and go get my kid off to bed like a good daddy.
Cool.
All right, talk to you guys later. Cheers.
See ya. Catching up on chat here.
All right, okay.
How come we cannot strong back grapple like you can with front grapple? Let me try this. You know, this is something that I've noticed. Let me see if I can try to replicate this. Like they're saying, like if you lock up with a back grapple, you can't stay there if that's what you lead with.
I think what it is, what happens is that the grapple button itself is actually programmed to where how long you actually hold the button. So if you was to press the strong grapple to where you initiate it, you will see that he actually grabbed the back without a grapple. But if you was to hold the button down for a certain amount of seconds when he's actually connected, that's when you'll see like it's a discrepancy.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to. Let me. I think I know what he's saying is like No, because if I do the switch around, you can hold him that way, but you have to do it that way. What he's saying is, like, if you lock up back grapple, like that's where you initiate the grapples from the back. I've noticed that you jump right into the back grapple move almost immediately. Let me see if I can try to replicate that. Let's see if I can do it. But I think I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
No, you can't. We don't have the animation yet for rolling the opponent back, like rolling him over for pin. I think we may have that in the pipeline. I can't remember if Cola had that, like something like working on that. But that's all. Yeah, these are all kind of those little fine touches that we're all gonna just kind of keep adding. Dude, that kendo stick looks boss. I'm watching this in the background. I think I need to make my game smaller here.
So much detail.
But yeah, but like I said, it's awesome because Robert kind of sees all these things that we do, and it gets better with every single pass. And that's kind of the nature of the game itself, is that you just try something, get something kind of working, and if it doesn't work perfectly, cool, take another pass at it and refine it. I mean, even the grapple scheme and like just the tightness of the controls, everything has been even in the last couple of months. It just feels like it just keeps getting more and more tight. So
yeah, I don't think fans is ready for my progress of work that actually got lined up for it. I mean, anything that you throw at me or whatever, especially when it comes to weapons, I can tell you right now, whatever stuff. I got code just reeling and waiting for.
I know you do, brother. And I can't. And I said that's why it gets so hype. I get so excited just kind of thinking about where this thing is headed. It's such a different feeling. I mean, we've talked about this in chats previous, but it was just like morale was so low after we kind of lost our last programmer, and it's just like you just know that everybody is upset with you, and it's just like it was bad. And so it's like to see where we're at now, it feels really, really good to be able to just oh, okay, so I'm going ADD. Could we see a ring damage meter? Something along the lines of, like, being able to break the ring. Hey, who knows? I would mark out for if a couple of like the Big Show and Brock Lesnar going off the top on a superplex. I think breaking a ring would be pretty sweet. I don't know, why the hell not? But that's going to be down. That's going to be a ways down the road. We want to get him jumping off the top rope before we do any of that stuff yet. Question for Robert: have you ever worked on another game before Pro Wrestling X? If so, which games?
Yeah.
Okay, there he is.
For me, before this project, I worked on this project. I was working with a friend. I was working with this thing called Fusion X. It was actually a racing game. Actually, it is. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
And I got so far into development, and I remember I got so far into it, and I was really getting to it to where it was about to be released, but we ran into like a situation to where we need a level artist, and I was not no level artist, and nor was he. And with a race car game, you got to make the levels.
Oh yeah.
Tracks, the background, the scenery. Like I ain't
what type of racing was it? Was it cars? Was it?
You know how to do this?
Oh,
and he said no, and so we try to hire.
Go ahead, man. Keep going.
And so I worked on that and everything, and I worked on several other small projects and everything. But for the most part, I started working on wrestling games, and I've been working for wrestling games for at least about, I say, 10 to 11 years, to where I was programming and just working with different programs and things of that nature, to where it was in my own private time or whatever. But Pro Wrestling X is my biggest project that I'm doing right now. That's why you see so much passion is coming from this project, because I worked on this and I had a passion for it since like 2003.
Well, and that's, I think it seems to me like it seems like you've been like designing the Ultimate Wrestling game for 10 years now, and you're finally getting able to like cut your teeth with like awesome art and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying and stuff, because I don't know if you remember my first tech demo that I sent y'all, that it was things I remember what Dave said. It was like the things that I was already working on was something that was not even included in the original game that you had.
Right.
So it was something that was completely different or whatever. I've been working for this for so long. So that's why I said whenever it comes to weapons, creative wrestlers, that's the reason why you see things so released so quick or whatever in weeks and even days, is because I'm already equipped to all things that's actually come to me. There's some things that even applies to the game that's not even part of 1.0 that I already got programmed.
Yep.
That I'm waiting for and everything. So
well, that's what's cool is, like I said, it's clear to me that you've been thinking about this stuff for a long time. Like you've been, like like I think that's, I mean, again, I am not gonna bag on our previous programmer. He worked hard for us, but the problem is, like, if you don't eat, sleep, breathe this stuff, it's so hard to try to figure out how wrestling games work. And that's what was so awesome about you, is like you've been thinking about this stuff for 10 years and like how you're going to solve all these different problems and all this stuff. And I said it's been really fun kind of being the beneficiary of all that knowledge and the fact that this, and on your end, like I said, you're getting to work with some pretty cool art and like I said, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a hell of a product by the time we're done. But yeah, what kind of a racing game was it? Was it like race cars? Was it spaceships? Was it what kind of racing game was it? Oop, I lost Robert, I believe. I think he had a bad connection going. So, you still there, Cola?
It happens, yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Can you hear me?
Yep, yep. Sweet. I'll see if Robert hops back online. If not, I am starting to lose my voice. There he is. Okay.
Yeah, it's for some reason, I don't know what it is or whatever stuff, but I guess I'm starting to lose connection. And
nope,
everything.
Yep.
That it happened and everything.
Skype gets clogged every once in a while, and my bandwidth may not be the greatest. I've got streams up and down and all this kind of stuff too. But we're at the hour plus mark anyway, so I probably we can probably wrap here. And if you got any more questions for Robert, fire them in chat here. But we'll give it another 5 minutes or so, and maybe we'll just wrap it for tonight because I'm starting to lose my voice anyway. Haven't done this for like 3 weeks now, so my voice is starting to go. But that's all right. That's all right, dude.
Yeah, I'm just about wrapped up here, anyways.
I was gonna say, check that out. That is looking tight. Love kendo sticks. We got it. The key to like the kendo stick too is going to be having like the cool sound that hits. Like that's something where sound design kicks in, because there's nothing that sounds like a kendo stick. All right, I'm going to pin this guy, and then we're going to call it good. Anything else you want to add here, Robert, tonight? I'm thrilled that you were able to hop in here. I'm glad you at least take a bow a little bit, man, and get some love from the fans. And they, like I said, they've got some appreciation for what you're doing too. And I'll put you over as much as I can. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. I wish this stream was working correctly or whatever, with the connection and everything.
You still sound good right now. Yeah.
I appreciate that most came in there, and hopefully that if they have questions for me, because I'm supposed to do an interview with Dave about the questions that most people want to know, I'm more open to anything that you want to ask me, so just ask away.
Yeah, that's right, because Dave was going to do kind of a podcast type interview with you, which would be sweet. I think that sounds like a great idea. And so maybe what I'll do is I'll have Dave make a call for the questions in the newsletter, or you guys can always email us too. We had a quick question for Cola. Is Grimhold done? Are you holding out for more moves to get him into the game?
Grimhold is... he needs a little bit of texture work, and yeah, it'd be nice to give him a couple custom animations, like a custom idol. I think that would really help sell his size. But he's very close.
Yeah, thanks, Lucent. Got a quick message. You guys are doing great. Since the last patch, I'm now actively showing off this to my friends. Dude, that is awesome. That's exactly what we need to hear. Hey, it looks like Mr. Coltrane is hopped in just for the tail end of the chat, but that's all right. I'll see him. This weekend. So it'll be the. In case you missed it earlier, we're going to have the very first official Pro Wrestling X meetup, which is going to be fun. Because that's something I'd love to start doing down the road. I really think it'd be really fun to not necessarily live the life of like an indie wrestler, but just like, you know, hit some of the bigger indie shows and set up a merch table or something like that. I could see doing something like that. I think that'd be pretty fun. Oh, Cola. Looks like, where is the GIF you said last week regarding turnbuckle animation?
That's what
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about that. No, that was my fault. I didn't get around to it actually last weekend. You know, it's partly because it's kind of at a boring state right now, and I'm just not. It just doesn't seem super exciting to put out there yet. But next time I have a big update, I'll be sure to spit out a GIF.
Yeah, definitely with the next update. Definitely with the next update, it's going to definitely come with that. And you know, I just recently got the update that Alex just on Source Tree and everything and stuff. So all that is coming with the bundle with the next update. Trust me, I swear this next update is going to be the biggest, because the one that we're really pushing for it is the one that we actually push into something new, something different and everything. And trust me, I guess with the World Tour edition or whatever, it's over with now. So the next update is going to be completely different than
all right.
the World Tour.
See, this is what's so fun is like even none of us know what's coming.
And that's something that I really want to work on.
This is the beauty. Is saying, hey, I've learned that I am just buckling up and going for the ride, baby. Because, like I said, there is no harnessing this man. There is no controlling. The man is just like, he is just Captain Passion, and he is just going to go for it and break some eggs, and it's awesome. Like I said, that's been half the fun. It's just like I said, I love discovering this stuff along with the fans. I feel like a fan when it comes to some of this stuff, because like I said, it's just been, like I said, it's just been such a drastically different process than I'm used to, and from what the last, you know, the previous years of what it was been, you know, what it was like. So it's fun, man, and so I hope the fans. Yeah, Robert secretly runs the entire project now. It's probably not far from the truth. I'm getting people in chat. Yeah, for what it's worth, Pro Wrestling X works on Steam streaming. That's awesome. I have never tried the Steam Twitch client. This is essentially what it is. Steam's got their own Twitch version. We may have to do that one time. That may be kind of a fun little experiment and see if what the numbers look like on Steam. That'd be fun. So, but yeah, guys, keep sharing it with your friends, man. I'm telling you, it's just one at a time, one fan at a time. There's no magic bullet. It's gonna, you know, get us selling 800,000 copies in a night. That's just not how it rolls. It's hard work and trying to earn it one fan at a time. So we definitely appreciate.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to say this also: keep the YouTube videos coming as well and everything. I check on those YouTubes and stuff, and I see that some YouTube videos popping up with the new build and everything. I want to see more of those YouTube videos.
Robert, we got one more.
And their comments on what we're making and everything. So.
Sorry, Woody, I missed your question earlier. It's kind of a hard stream with all the different colors and everything. So, can animations be blended with like ragdoll physics? That was kind of the question Woody was wondering. Like you know, do we have the ability to do that sort of thing? Oh, I think I lost him again.
Oh, dang it! I was looking forward to that.
Hang on, he'll be back. Hang on, we'll pop in here.
Oh, I need to take 1 second here again too.
Well, great. Now they're all ditching me. And so we're back to where I've chased them all off. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we'll see if Robert pops back on. I know that some ragdoll does. We do have some ragdoll ability, and I think some of that choice is trying to figure out. Okay, is the cell itself like animated, like that's something that Cola controls, or do you turn that over to physics for some of that kind of stuff? So if he doesn't pop back here in like a couple minutes, we'll just wrap it up and save the question for next week. But sorry, Woody, I didn't mean to blow you off there. We just got talking about all kinds of other things, but I definitely appreciate the question though. And sorry it's so late for where you're at. So what do you got cooking there, Cola?
UVs.
Oh, okay.
So this is what the texture is. You know, I guess the template. You know what it's gonna look like when you go to.
Still there?
Yeah. It was another, I guess, Fallout and everything.
Yeah.
And
Hang on, let me call you back. I had you on a separate call. Let me add you to the group call again, real quick. Hang on.
Okay. All right.
Crud! I hung up on everybody. All right, stand by. Let me. All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get. Right.
Yellow?
There we go. Sorry, guys. I accidentally hung up the chat. Oh, and that sounds like Robert's connection's really bad.
Well. Yellow?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the connection's really bad here, guys. I think I'm just gonna have to call it good, and just apologize to the stream. I think it's probably on my end. So I'll get in there and wrap it up. But this is great talking to you guys.
Yeah, that was good, man. It's good to see Robert on too, man. You're here.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Try
Try to
more often.
come on next week and everything and stuff. And hopefully have something really good for the fans for the next update that's coming to them and everything. So it'll be really good.
All right, hang on. Let me. I'm gonna hang up here really quick, and then I'll call you guys right back. I'm gonna get in chat and kind of wrap that up here really quick.
Okay.
All right, see ya. Gang, I don't know if you can still hear me. Sorry about that. I'm having trouble getting everybody connected again. And I'm gonna let me know if you can still hear me on the air. I'm gonna type. But if you're still there, if you can still hear me, all that kind of fun stuff, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Awesome chat, and awesome to see you guys as always. And yeah, hopefully we'll be back this time next week. So cheers, guys.